Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another Bitcoin update. It's Monday today, the 13th. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. For those that don't know me, my name is Freedom Fallis. Let's have a look what Bitcoin is doing. Right, okay. In the weekend, Bitcoin was doing sideways consolidation. Nothing much. Okay. Well, it was a weekend. Anyway, we are a week before the official date of Donald Trump that's going to take over the office. I don't know if it's going to be happening on the 20th, but that was the official release date that Trump officially needs to take office on the 20th of January. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I have to search and see if that is being scheduled. But, you know, a couple of weeks ago when I was searching to see when Trump is going to take office, all the articles that I found, they pointed to be towards the 20th of January. That was the official date announcement. Now, I don't know what what other factors play in role for that to happen in time or not. Anyway, let's have a look on Bitcoin. Now, we spoke couple of days ago about that one here, losing the 50% of the range. The gray rectangle is a range. So we said on the previous video, if we lose this one, and if we didn't see the price reclaim this level to go above the green line, then you should go short all the way down to the bottom. And a couple of days later, hours later, it hit the bottom, right? And then I said I'm not going to be rushing to a new trade for long. Okay, I said I'm going to be interested only when and if I'm going to go above the 50%. Now I have a gangster fib at the same time, right? This is the red line, which is the 50%, and also I have the green line, which is the 50% of the range. So I've got like two 50s going on here, right? And also I have my little warning line here, which is under the range. 9186. Okay, I need to pay attention to this level. It's that spike that happened over here. Okay, that sudden move all the way down here. So this is a general average line, nothing specific. If your line is 91,200, it's again fine. If your line is 91,150, that's again fine. It's okay. Technically, I want to make sure that my closings are happening above this level. Okay, if I see closings happening below this level for good, then there's going to be some trouble ahead. Okay, for Bitcoin. So for the time being, no worries, no bad. It's just a delay. Okay, and that makes a lot of people anxious. I understand that. No worries. On the weekend inside the Discord, I did say for the people that follow me on Discord, you can follow me on my own server, or you can follow me on the Whale Room or Crypto School. 3 servers, you can find me. I usually post on the Whale Room and on the CIA. But I did say that, we need to see that Bitcoin needs to reclaim. Okay, above the 50, and then we need to wait for the Asia Open, Monday Open. Okay, and that happens around 2 o'clock my time. So look what happened at 2 o'clock. It just pushed all the way from, let's say, 12 o'clock ish midnight, and pushed all the way up to 2 o'clock, touched the 50 of the gangster fib, and then Asia Open, and it goes all the way down. Okay, that's fine. Asia is not ready yet to push. For XYZ reasons. I don't care about the reasons, but I care about the levels. What do I see here? I see some imbalance, so I know that's going to target this week's, and also I have a wick down here. So most likely, maybe it's going to clear this level and maybe target that level. As long as it stays above the yellow line, I'm okay. Okay, because then when you reach the bottom of the range, then again you can look for that 50% of the gangster fib and 50% of the range. Okay, I'll be super bullish above the red line and above the green line. Okay, so that will be very, very interesting. Now, would you like to trade the range? More than happy, but keep it nice and tight. Okay, make sure that you don't go all in on this one. Okay, you can trade the range, it's fine. Put a little money there, put some leverage there. Keep your risk minimum. Don't overexpose yourself. Have a small capital and play the range. Why not? Until the Bitcoin is ready for the big move, you can play around. Okay. Otherwise, you can sit on your hands and do nothing, which is again absolutely fine. Okay. Not every day is a trade day. Okay. You're a day trader. You may be. Okay. Or you may be a scalper. A scalper doesn't care. Okay. A scalper, what he's gonna do? He's gonna go on the daily, right? And he's going to have a look what happened on the previous days, right? And says, okay, this is Monday, this is Sunday, this is Saturday, this is Friday. Let me mark the Friday because it's a working day, okay? And he's going to break down the Friday range. Here it is, all right? Minimum, small, gangster fib there, easy. Here it is, nice and lovely, okay? You can ignore the rest of it. I can hide everything if you wish. Let me try and hide everything. So let me hide these, hide them. All gone. And let me hide the gangster fib. Here you are. So this is your Friday range as your last working day. And you work within that range. And a scalper, all he wants to do is wants to see if the price action today, okay, is it claiming or losing the levels. And he goes level by level. Okay. And he can go all the way down to 5 minutes. He doesn't care. Why? Because he's a scalper. Okay, and he sees a downtrend. Okay, so he's going short until the price is going to break the trend. Okay, you break that trend and it goes the other way around, and you go level by level, and you're good to go. This is what scalpers do. I mean, scalpers, they don't care the direction because they can go either way. Okay, they can short, they can buy. Okay, they can go down to 5 minutes, they can go down to 1 minute, they can go down to seconds. They don't care. Okay, then you have a solid trend line. This is the downtrend. Okay, what are they looking? You have two kind of schools. You have the scalper that he wants to play safe, and he says, hey, this is the downtrend, I'm shorting. And then you have another kind of school, a little bit more advanced, and they say, hey, on the downside, okay, on the downtrend, I know that I have big liquidity down here. Okay, so I'm waiting when the reversal is going to happen, and I'm going to go long, target the liquidity zones. That is another kind of scalper strategy. Okay, no matter what you do, you just make sure that you follow the trend. Okay, even on a smaller time frame. I mean, look at that. Here's your trend. Okay, and that's where it stopped. And that's where you shift. Okay, and you change the trend. And you stop until you break the trend. And then you have another trend. Okay, here's your another trend. And that happened a very sudden move. So what are you going to do? You're going to, pay close attention to it. You're going to update the trend. Okay, zoom in a little bit, update the angle, and then you're going to get out when it's going to break. And then, this is what they do. They follow the trend. This is what a scalper does. I follow the trend until it gets broken. It gets broken, it gets invalidated. Simple, okay? But don't go heavy on, on leverage and stuff like that. I mean, enjoy the moment, enjoy the process for you to get used to it. And once you get used to it, trend lines are very simple, very clean for super tight time frames, because you're going to be exposed time-wise for very little time. You're going to be there only for 8 hours. Almost a day trader. Well, day trader, it may stay there for a day or two, but the scalper or intraday trader is going to be there only 4 hours. And that's the 1 minute time frame. And from the bottom of that trend all the way up to the top of the trend that got broken, it lasted 8 hours. I mean, you can have literally 1 or 2 trades within that area. Okay, that is one way of doing it. Okay, but for you to enjoy the process, make sure that you don't get overexposed into the risk. Okay, because the markets do not forgive. If you're gonna be cocky and trying to go with small capital but huge leverage, you're gonna get burned. Okay, have a decent capital. All it matters is the capital. Pay attention to the capital. The more you put in, the better it is, the return. And leverage, trying to keep it moderate. Okay, don't over risk yourself. Don't overextend yourself. Even on the 2x, you double your capital. Don't let's say underestimate the power of the 2x and 3x. You can do 2x, 3x, 5x. It's fine. Okay, don't overdo it with 50x and 60x, 100x and stuff like that. This is not a good example. Okay, you want to survive in the long term and do this full time, and you need to see this as a business. Treat it as a business and not as a game, not as a gamble game. Okay, don't gamble with your money. Right, gambling is not good. So take it seriously and be nice with yourself, okay? Because the markets, they don't know you. They're not going to be fair, okay? The market has no feelings. You have the feelings. So be nice to yourself, love yourself, and make sure you respect the money so the money can respect you, okay? So what pays you, it's a capital, okay? Trying to have big capital, trying to have moderate with low risk as possible, because you own a smaller time frame. This is risky. If you speak to big investors and fund managers and stuff like that, they're talking about having positions for longer time with smaller returns. They're going to say to you, all I need is 20% per year, 20% per year on the capital. But they're dealing with millions. I understand, maybe billions, but the target is like 20% per year. Okay, and all I teach is I'm trying to keep it minimal and say, hey, 10% or 20% per day with moderate leverage, because crypto is volatile, you can reach 10% per day or 20% per day. Don't go for these 100 and 1,000 and 500 and stuff like that, percentage of return. It's unrealistic. It's not going to happen every day. And if you have this kind of expectations, I'm telling you, it's going to happen only once or twice, and then the next day you won't get to that target, and you say, oh shit, it's not working. Oh, it's not good. Oh, I'm not good. Oh, the strategy's not good. That is because of the expectations. So be careful, okay? Be humble and have realistic targets. Have a big dreams, right? Have a big target at the end of the month, but on your daily target has to be realistic. Okay, so let's go back to the update. Okay, and this is the Friday range. Would you like to go to weekly range? You can do that as well. Go to the weekly. Here it is. That's the current week, that's the previous week. Break down the previous week and play with that one. Okay, here it is. Until Bitcoin is ready to move. Right now, it's not ready to move. So what are you going to do every day? Well, you can trade the ranges, find smaller levels, and play with these. All right? Practice. Expand that to the left, expand that to the right. Here we are. I'm going to lock that. Okay. And go down to your, 90 minute, 1 hour. Is up to you. And here's your levels. Here it is. This is a weekly range. It's not bad. It's not bad. Look at that. You still have the 50% on 97. For you to be bullish on the weekly range, you have to be above the 50. That's going to be bullish. Until then, you go level by level. Okay, simple as that. And if you wanted to take advantage of this move to the up and this move to the down, and this move to the up and this move to the down, up and down, like a scalper, then all you have to do is go down to 1 minute. Don't be scared. Go to 1 minute and just draw trend lines. Trend lines, so very basic, simple stuff for newbies. Trend line. Is it still a downtrend? I'm going short. When I'm going to go long? When and if it's going to break that trend line? right? And you know, if let's say it happens that you miss the top, right, because of your timing, or it always has to do with your timing. The market is going to move 24/7. It's up to you. Well, it's not up to you. It's up to the event of your time zone and when you're going to be available and when you're going to switch on your charts. Okay, so when you switch on your chart, maybe you're going to be down here. Are you going to enter? No, you're going to wait until the price action is going to come back to that trend line, and you're going to treat that trend line as a resistance. Remember what I said, the other trick, that when you have a trend line and price action is below the trend line, treat the trend line as resistance. So when you're reaching the trend line, go short then. Okay, if you have a price above the trend line, treat that trend line as a support. Okay, and that is the other case. Here it is. The price action is above the trend line. It's an uptrend. Okay, so you treat this line as a support. So every time you come close to this trend line, you buy. Okay, so when price is above the trend line, you go long. Okay, you're gonna have like 1, 2, 3 touches for sure. The fourth one or the fifth one maybe is gonna be the one that's gonna break. Okay, so you have little tricks under your sleeves for you to understand how to play with trend line. So this is your first touch, this is your second touch, that's your third touch. So 1, 2, 3, kind of safe for you to go short. The fourth one or the fifth one maybe is going to be the one that is going to break the trend line and turn around, because it cannot go constantly down, right? It goes up and down. It's a zigzag. You have up and you have down. You have up, you have down. Okay, so market's always moving. Keep things simple. Okay, I cannot express that more than enough. You need to keep as stupid as possible your charts. Okay, don't try to overcomplicate it. I promise you, I'm trying to be very, very frank with you and truthful, right? The simplest and the cleanest you keep the chart, the easier it's going to become. Okay, the more you add to your screen, the more noise you add, and the noise is going to create doubts. Okay, trying to keep it as stupid as possible. I know it doesn't look professional when someone says, hey, try to keep it stupid. Yeah, I mean, you know, you have to keep it as simple as possible. Basic. Oh, you don't look very advanced, I don't trust you. I don't care. Do I make money? I make money. I mean, you want to see something very complex for me to trust that I'm a good trader? No. Go to the results. What works? Okay, my horizontal lines, for me, it works. Okay, here it is. Here's my lines, right? See what the price action is doing to these lines. Does it stop on these lines, right? So you're breaking down the frequency. I call it the frequency. Okay, so the algo is creating the chart. So the algo is telling the chart, how far it's going to go up and how far it's going to turn around, and then how far it goes up and then how far it's going to go down, and it's creating these lines, right? You don't know the algo, you cannot see the algo, you only see the price action, the result of the algo. And I said, okay, I need to find a tool that it can break down the algo, at least visually. Okay, if I cannot crack the code, let me see if I can crack the visuals. And what I've done, I've created the gangster pip. And the gangster pip, what it does, it says, okay, give me the, for instance, you can go time-wise, give me the monthly, give me the weekly, give me the daily, or you can go by impulse and say, hey, give me an impulse. What's your last impulse? Let's go to the weekly time frame for you to give you an example. I spoke about this before, but, let's do it again. So let's say that I want to take the last down impulse. Okay, so that the algo, that was a swing high and that was a swing low. So the start and the end. So that's an algo, right? So that's the result of the algo. Fine, no problem. Let's crack this down, right? So I take the highest, swing high, go to the lowest, swing low, and now I'm going to expand, right? I'm going to expand. Let me see how far I'm going to expand it. Here it is. Expand. And now I mean, I can even go further to the left. I mean, this is nuts here, right? Go to the, I know, minus 100. I don't care. No, minus. Thank you. Here it is, minus 100. So it's been expanded all the way back. And look now, if I go to another time frame, I don't know, go to the daily, right, and see what price action is doing to these lines. And let me make sure that I lock it so it doesn't drift. And look at that, and you're like, oh, and you're like, okay, all right. I mean, look at that. Even further back, I mean, look at how it's holding here, these lines, holding here, buttering here, trying to find resistance over there. And you're like, okay, I think the gangster fib crack the algo here. I can see where it's bouncing, okay? And you know me, look at that. The price action is above. What we're gonna do, I have a little secret, you know that. Go to template, enable the extensions, and let me expand the extensions. Here it is. And you're like, right, okay. Now I have future levels. Do you want to go even lower to see more definition of the candles? What are they doing in the yellow lines? Here they are. Right, past the green. Resistance support here. Same here. Same here on the red line. You see that it's playing around. Resistance up there, comes down here, support, resistance, you cannot pass that line, and it comes down. So these lines are working for me. It's cracking the code. It found the frequency of the algo. Right? So the gangster fib that is calculated on a specific sequence. I have a sequence of 25% and 12.5%. Okay? And that is bringing out my frequency, and then I can play around with this frequency. I can see these levels. I say, okay, these levels is acting as resistance. And remember, I just marked the previous bear market, the trend down. I mean, the swing high up here. So let me mark this. So I marked only the swing high, swing low, and you can see that in the future it's giving me the levels. You only need to do this once, okay? It's simple. Look at that, 95.8. I need to stay above for me to continue. Let me go back to the daily. Here it is. We need to be above 95.8. As simple as that, okay? If we're gonna claim, if Bitcoin's gonna claim above that red line, then it's gonna be bullish. Hold the 50 as a support, it's going to be bullish. Right now, it's having a hard time. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, remember what I said before, you need to be careful of the 200, doesn't matter what it is. It's somewhere here, 188. Here it is. Okay, that was my warning line. That is because of that huge wick over here. Okay, and it came down. It's okay. If I lose these, remember why I marked this line, because that was the flip of resistance to support. Okay, another support here, another support here, another support here. So that is a key level for me. Okay, what's the number? 91,185. It's fine. Okay, so you see that was big resistance. Now it's turning to support. Now all I want to see that Bitcoin stays above that key level. As long as it stays above this level, I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm not scared. Okay, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to let the fear, give me a doubt. Oh, what's going on with Bitcoin? Was that the top? 108. I don't think so, time-wise, but you never know. You never know. Does anyone know what's going to happen tomorrow? No. Tomorrow is always going to be tomorrow. All I know what is happening now, today. Okay, yesterday is history, tomorrow is the future. You know nothing about tomorrow. You cannot do anything about yesterday. You can only deal with today. Okay, and this is what I have today, and this is what I'm going to deal with it. As simple as possible, even as stupid as possible. It works. Okay, and this is the key levels. And you pay attention on the bigger time frame. This is your key levels, and then you say, hey, today I'm bored. I want to make some money. Okay, what can I do? Okay, go down to the weekly. All right, mark down the weekly range if you wish. Here it is, your weekly range. Okay, you don't need extensions, just go to the simple Gaxter Fib 8. Okay, and just expand to the right a little bit because it's progressing. Expand to the left, go down to, I don't know, 11 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you like, and trying to see what's going on and say, hey, do you want to remove the big time frames? It's fine. Let me remove the big time frames. Let's delete that. Gone, out. Okay, this is your weekly range. The top of the week, the bottom of the week, and you are somewhere in between. Are you above the 50%? No, you're under. Okay, a bit bearish. Okay, so I'm going to pay attention to that. Okay, what's the trend right now? What's the trend? The first thing you're going to identify, the trend is a downtrend. Okay, I've lost this level. No way I could stay above. Okay, it came down, that was acting as support, all good, then you lost it. What are you going to do? Short. Until when? Until this level. Why? Because the price action is above the level. How are you going to treat this level? As support until it proves to you that it's going to be breaking through. And if it does breaking through, guess what? It's going to continuation of the downtrend. Then your next target is going to be the other line. And you're going to treat that line as a support. Okay, until it's going to be proven otherwise. Simple. No gimmick. No indicators. No Instagram. No Twitter. No nothing. I don't care. I care what the chart is printing. I need to follow the trend. Okay, would you like to see, let's go back to the daily, for instance, and say, hey, oops, sorry, missed that one. You see, I didn't lock it. Boom, lock. Go to the daily and have a look. All right, where are the liquidities? I have liquidity down here. Cool, I have liquidity down here. What liquidity is? Okay, liquidity has three key factors. Right, liquidity has entry. All the entries are here. Stop losses. For the traders that are using stop losses here, I'm talking about, all right, stop losses. A little bit further down, you're going to have liquidations. For these people that they didn't use stop loss. If you don't use stop loss, liquidation is going to find you, okay? And you don't want to be found by liquidation, okay? I promise you. I beg you, do not let liquidation hand you, okay? But anyway, entries, stop losses, liquidations, all these three key levels create what we call liquidation pool or liquidity pool. Okay, so I have liquidity pool down here, right? And it's not the first time. Look at that. We have here, we've got 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 here. Why? Because every time that the price is turning around, it's telling you that the big boys had entered. So they have long entries here, long entries here, entry here, entry here, entry here, entry here. So what do they have below the entries? Stop losses, stop losses, stop losses, stop losses, stop losses. And for those that they're very brave and they're very pro and they know what they're doing and they don't use stop losses, what do you have below that? Liquidation, 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 liquidation. Okay, and the liquidation is not one level. Liquidation is going to be based on your leverage. So if someone has a 10x leverage, it's going to be down here, for instance. Okay, for example, if someone is using a 20x leverage, guess what? Liquidation is going to be down here. If someone is using 50, it's going to be somewhere here. If someone's going to use 100, it's going to be exactly on your entry. It's going to be super tight, 0.1%, close to your entry. 0.1%. Did you make that note? Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. If you go 100x, your threshold is 0.1%. Okay, you're doomed. So over here now we have wrong tool. I beg your pardon. I want it to be a rectangle. Here it is. So down here, and I'm going to use a template for that, and it's called liquidity pool. I have liquidity pool. Okay, the same thing happens above. Okay, so now I know that I have liquidity up here and I have some liquidity up here as well. Okay, but it's not a big one. Now, do I see imbalances? Yes. What do we know? We know that, that's supposed to be a Bitcoin update and I'm doing lessons here. Never mind. You're going to find value in this one. So, what do we know? The market's moved from liquidity pool to another liquidity pool, and if there is an imbalance in between, that is your target. So here it is. That is imbalance. Okay? We know how to draw imbalances on a daily. It's the gap between the first candle with the third candle. The second candle, it creates a big move, and there is a gap between number 1 and number 3. That is imbalance, or IMB. Okay? So we know that the price is going to drive all the way up to imbalance to bring the balance back to the market, and then it's going to carry on going down. Do I have another imbalance recently, which has not been mitigated? Okay? Here it is. That's another imbalance. So I have liquidity below. I have liquidity above. That imbalance has been mitigated. It's done. It touched it. In crypto, it's so volatile. It's touch and go. It's not necessarily that it needs to go all the way to 50%. This is my target. I usually like to see 50% touch, but in crypto sometimes it's just so volatile, it just goes touch and go. So it touched it, it left. And now I have another imbalance. Look at that engulfing candle, right? So it created an imbalance between number 1 and number 3. So I have a gap. Okay, there was another gap here. Here it is, another gap here. But it's been mitigated. You see, once, twice, it's done, it's finished. So that imbalance is gone, it's done. So we have this imbalance left over. Okay, so because that has been mitigated, it's gone. I deleted. So I got 2 possible scenarios. Okay, either it's going to target this liquidity, which is plenty, or it's going to target that liquidity, and in between that we have an imbalance. What's the scenario with imbalance? The scenario with imbalance is going to come up here, take the balance, it's going to bring the balance back of this engulfing candle, and then it's going to carry on to target the liquidity. Okay, and then later when it's going to finish, it's going to target with this higher liquidity. This is how the market moves, from liquidity to liquidity. That's as simple as it is. Alright, remember, keep it stupid. This is how stupid you need to keep it. Seriously, right? Not a lot of people say this to you, but the markets are being targeted. They make money after they target the liquidity. It's so simple. It's so simple that a lot of people forget to mention about it. I don't know if it's deliberate, I don't know, but I do. I say to you. Okay? Now, smaller time frame again, you just go level by level and follow the trend. Okay, this is the 45 minute, 22 minutes, 11 minutes. It's fine. It's up to you which time frame you use. You want to use 15, it's fine. Follow the trend. Okay, here's your trend line and here's your horizontals. Use these 2 in combination and just follow the trend. Okay, until it's going to break the trend, it goes the other way around. And you can make some money until, on a bigger time frame, until Bitcoin goes above the red line and say, okay, we're in business. Okay, this is bullish scenario. Anything that, as long as the Bitcoin stays under the red line, it is not a very bullish scenario right now. Okay, it's a bit boring. Okay, bearish is going to be until we're going to lose the 9185. Remember? Okay, that's going to be really bearish scenario. The bullish scenario has to be above 97. Okay, 97.5 if I remember correctly. Okay, so that's going to be the bullish scenario. Right now, it's a bit boring, consolidating. Can I make some money? Yes, if you find a trend, do it. This one was a long consolidation. It was Sunday. It was really boring on Sunday. Okay, mine is moving to the downside. No problem. What's going to target on a smaller time frame? This liquidity and this liquidity. It's after these areas. As far as you know where liquidity lays on any time frame and imbalances, then you're good to go. Okay, so let's go back to the bigger time frame. Let's have a look a little bit on the weekly. Let's have a look at the weekly. Let me clear all this noise here now. I mean, you know how to do this. Here it is. Is that 9190? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it that one there. That's the 91, 100, yeah, 185. Okay, leave this as it is. And if I draw this a little bit hard, longer here, okay, these markings here, this uptrend, I'm going to explain why is there. But before I can explain about this one, look what is going on with Bitcoin right now. Okay, so you have these tops, 2 big wicks, and you have what? A descending triangle, right? So you want to see a continuation. You want to see the break of the triangle, the flag, okay, and you want to see a continuation. That's what we want to see. Now, is this going to be a bull flag or bear flag? You don't know this until it's going to break, okay? Because if it's going to break above, we're going to all call it a bull flag, right? If you're going to break below, then it's going to be a bear flag, okay? It's going to be a reversal. Now, because it comes from below, it creates a flag, okay? 80% we expect to continue, okay? But there is a 20% probability that it's going to break down, okay? It doesn't mean because it came from below that it's going to always go like this. No. But there is a high chance of doing so, but don't be 100% certain, okay? Now, weekly. I gave you the descending triangle, okay? Let's bring the little agents, okay? The indicators. What do we have here on the weekly? Okay, RSI is trying to reset, okay? Now you can see why I have, okay, why I have these 2 lines. Look at that. An uptrend, a high, high on the indicator, on the simple RSI, right? You have a low high. Now these, to me, it's a bit of a warning, okay? This is a bearish divergence. And I see the divergences. I play a lot with the divergences, okay? Remember the 20% of the possibility that may break these from below? This is why, okay? I see a divergence. I have a high, I have a low high, and the RSI is trying to go lower. I see ASO turning around. I mean, look at that. ASO is trying to turn around to, it's looking downwards, the golden line, okay? I have stochastic RSI, which is the fastest of all these 3. Stochastic RSI is the fastest, okay? Then is RSI, medium speed, and then really slow, it's the ASO. But I'm not relying on one indicator. I'm using all 3 on different time frames for me to make my mind, okay, and see what's going on. And I said, okay, I see these as a divergence. Also, stochastic RSI is like, all the lows I'll go higher. I'm good about this. All the lows are getting higher. Now I need to see what's going to happen, okay? Because it may push one more time, okay? That's why I say 80-20, because it may push one more time to come to this, continuation of that uptrend and then come down again. And then even the RSI is going to do something like this, which is going to create a third lower high. That it is a possible scenario, okay? And then obviously the crash is going to come later, okay? When you have a bearish divergence, do not ignore it, because it's telling you this is not normal, right? It's not normal for the price to go higher when you have the indicators telling you that, the price should behave in the opposite direction, okay? Divergence always play. They have a priority. Trust me. But there is a possibility that it's going to give you a third lower high. Okay, so don't be surprised. We monitor this on the weekly, and we're going to pay attention to it. Okay. Also, why Bitcoin's going down? Is anyone selling? Okay, let's have a look on the delta. What do you see on the delta? No one is buying, no one is selling. Here's the delta. Okay. You have some volume on the selling here, but it's not a big deal. This is weekly now. Why the price this week? Okay, this week, well, this is a fresh week, but here it is. I mean, look, the selling compared to the buying. Okay, very minimal. Okay, why the price is going down? I'll tell you why. Let me bring the Dixie. Okay, here's Dixie. Where's Dixie? Dixie, come here. Where are you? There it is. Thank you. Here's Dixie. Yeah, I was on Delta volume, that's why. So here's Dixie. And what do we see on Dixie? We see that Dixie is on uptrend. Okay. So what do we know? That every time Dixie is pushing to the upside, the value of crypto is going down. That doesn't mean that everybody is selling Bitcoin. It's because of Dixie becoming stronger. So the dollar becomes stronger. And because we compare Bitcoin to dollar, then you see on the Bitcoin chart against the dollar that Bitcoin goes down. That doesn't mean that people are selling. Okay? Pay attention to that. Also, as we speak now for the Dixie, we own the weekly. And what do you see? Right? You have plenty of liquidity down here. Right? And you have big liquidity up there. Right? And you had an imbalance there as well. So here's your imbalance. And this is on the weekly now. I mean, we're talking about some serious imbalances here. You see what happened? It tapped the imbalance, it came down, and now it's breaking through. Okay, so that imbalance got mitigated over here. See? So that imbalance is done. So what the price is after? After the liquidity, that swing high. 115-ish area. So that's where, Dixie is after. It's after to grab these levels. Okay? It's similar as that. Would you like to break levels down? Be my guest. Use the last impulse. Because with Dixie, you're not going to trade it. You want to just monitor it. So try to grab the lowest possible. Grab the gangster fib. Go to the lowest. Go to the highest. And spread that out. Come on. Spread out. Let's have a look what's going on. Right, here we are. Here it is. Lock it so it doesn't move. Go down to a smaller time frame, go to the daily, and have a look what Dixie is doing with these lines. Does it make any sense to you? If it does, keep it. Right? Monitor it and see what's happening. And you say, okay, Dixie is on uptrend. Here it is. It's dead obvious. Here it is. Okay, it's an uptrend. That was resistance, a breakthrough, support, a little bit deviation, and then it's holding up, and then it's targeting 111, 111. Okay, and what's the next target? 115. Okay, it needs to go above the 114 to clear the liquidity. Right, you have liquidity up here. Entries, stop losses, liquidation prices according to the market, stuff like that. Okay. Well, Dixie is not tradable, but you understand that you have a swing high, swing low, so it's going to target the swing high. Okay, and the further goes up, the value of Bitcoin is going to go lower. Okay, but you don't need to worry. It's not that people are giving up on Bitcoin and they're selling Bitcoin. Okay. Also, I have another example here with Bitcoin index, but this time I will use the pitchfork. Go to the video that I've done a couple of days ago about pitchfork, and you can monitor the same thing, the same principle as the gangster fib, but instead of straight horizontal lines, pitchfork, it has an angle like trend lines. Okay, so people that they work with a lot with trend lines, they're gonna love the pitchfork approach. So go to the I'm gonna by the end of the video, I'm gonna put the a link on the top of the video so you can see where the pitchfork is. Okay, so I'm gonna post two videos, two links. You're gonna see how to use the gangster fib and also the pitchfork by the end of the video. Okay, so on the bigger time frame, what we would like to see on Bitcoin to be extra bullish, we need to be above this trend line, right? We need to treat this, break this resistance into support. Once you flip that, it's a very good, solid sign. Okay, this is Bitcoin on a pitchfork. I mean, if you monitor, observe, so to say, let's go to the daily to see more price action. Here it is. To have a little bit compact and see how price action is playing around with pitchfork. Okay, same principle as gangster fib and the frequencies. Okay, the numbers, but and the same concept how you're going to trade it. You see, that was a big support. I mean, let me do this with a marker. So that was a huge support. Okay, now price action is below. So are we gonna, we had a violation here, and now that was the moment when you see a violation of a level. You say, look at how that was strong, that was strong, that was strong, another one strong, but this one here, a violation this is the moment. If it got violated, it means it cracked. That support has been cracked, and that's it. It flipped it. So now we have this as a resistance, and you're waiting. If it goes below that red line, it's going to be the moment for that pitchfork. I mean, you lose that red line, then you target the imbalances that they lay down there. Okay. So this is the pitchfork version of for Bitcoin for the trendline lovers. Okay. And let me go back to Bitcoin. And this is the version. Let me bring the gangster fib here. There it is. And this is the simple gangster fib horizontal lovers. Okay, people that love horizontals. You have the same story. Okay, whichever you're gonna monitor and play with, you're gonna have the same story. As long as you understand how the tools work, you're gonna be fine. Right, no panic. You know that it's going to target the bottom of the range, the bottom of that range. It's going to target that liquidity. Later, it's going to target that imbalance, and then possibly it's going to target the high liquidity on the top side. Okay. Meanwhile, go to smaller time frame, trade the trends. Okay, for you to make the money. The same principle goes to all tokens. Whatever I show you here on Bitcoin, you can do exactly the same thing with all the tokens. The same TA, the same approach. Okay, it's up to you which one you want to stick to. Okay, I like to stick to the big boys. I want to be serious. I want to be here long term, and crypto is volatile enough. I don't need to go to super small market cap to be more volatile, and one day I'll be rich and the next day I'll be wrecked. Okay, I want to go slowly. Reasonable expectations. Okay, as I said, big institutions, big fund managers, they're looking to have 20, 30, 40%, 50% in a year, not in a day. Okay, for you, target the 10% per day, 20% per day, compounded, and you're gonna be good as a shooting star. I promise you. Right, that's it for today. Okay, we've done a little bit of combination here, Bitcoin update with a lesson. Okay, so I hope you have no FOMO anymore. Right, I hope you're dealing with your emotions. I'm going to be here frequently, every second day. I'm going to do these videos to make sure that I'll make sure to protect you from your emotions. Okay, I'll make sure that I push the emotions away. We're going to talk about the charts, the levels, what I see, and we're going to take it step by step. Do not rush, do not worry. Time-wise, Bitcoin, it is not over yet. We've got another, I think we got a good 6 months, and then after the 6 months from now, let's say after June, we're going to monitor to see if we are going to approach the top of the cycle time-wise, okay, not price-wise. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen, for today, Monday today, the 13th. I'll see you in a couple days. If you like the content, thumbs up. If you didn't like the content, that's okay, fine. Thumbs up again. Leave a comment below. What you like, what you didn't like, and I'll promise you to improve and to bring things for you. You can always message me on Web Room. I'll be around, and that's it for today. Be safe, be nice, be happy. It's Monday today. We see another day in this life. We should be happy. Look yourself at the mirror and say, "Hey, I'm here today." Be happy. Because in one day, our candle will blow off, okay, and we will not be able to wake up. So that is going to be the sad moment, right? Don't be sad because you're awake and alive, okay? Be happy, smile, be happy. Look at the sky, breathe take a deep breath, take your oxygen, and say, "Hey, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm happy." be happy. Okay, please be happy, because it plays crucial. It's your foundation, it's your fundamental for your trading lifestyle. Okay, and if you're a pro, you don't need me. If you're intermediate, yes, you do need me. If you're a newbie, you definitely need me. Yeah, I'm trying to be funny with you guys. But yeah, you need to have a solid foundation, because the markets are designed to well, let's put it the other way. Let's put it in a positive way. They don't want to make you rich. Okay, but we're gonna grab some money. We will grab money. Okay, and I'll do my best to show you how to do this, and I'll try to my best to keep you on track emotionally, and then, you know, TA wise, we're going to see things together. Okay, you cannot predict the market. Forget about it. Okay, we all have this nice lovely crystal ball that we bought from eBay, and mine is crap, totally crap. I need to put 1 star on that buyer because I put batteries, doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, crystal ball doesn't work. You cannot predict the markets. You just need to react to the markets. Remember this, you need to react to the markets. So how are you going to be a leader? By acting very quickly. You need to have plan A if it goes up, and you need to have a plan B if it goes down. Okay, that's it. Plan A, plan B. You don't care which way it goes. You have a plan either way. That's the way for you to become a leader. Okay, and be careful with leverage. I'm going to say this again and again. Be careful with leverage. Don't play with a fire. Okay, leverage, it's a tool to feed the greed. Okay, crypto is volatile. Stocks are not volatile, they need leverage. Forex is not volatile, they need leverage. Crypto doesn't need leverage. It's volatile enough. It, you know, as I said, one day you can be rich and the next day you can be, you know, wrecked. You don't need leverage on the top of that. Don't be greedy, and try to have you know, good capital. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm not going to put a price on the capital. Have the capital in any way you like. Okay, is it $100? It's fine. £100? It's just fine. That's what you have. Okay, to play with. You're going to build it. You're going to compound it. Okay, next year it's going to be different. Okay, next year you're not going to talk about £100. Today, is it £100? It's enough. It's enough. I promise you. You can make money. Okay, don't discourage yourself. But remember, it is not about the leverage. It's about for you to be disciplined with low money. Don't look the dollars. How much money did I make today? No. Focus on the percentage. How much did I make today? Did I make my daily target, which is 10%? I did. Close it. Close the damn thing. Right? Did you reach your target 10%? Close the damn thing. Walk away. Come back tomorrow. Fresh. Compound your position and start again with that 10%. Daily, 10%, 20%. I'm not going to say more than 20%. Anything between 10 and 20% is going to be absolutely magical. I promise you. I'm going to show you how the numbers are going to work with compounding. Right, okay, that's it today. 53 minutes. Oh my God. Bitcoin, including lessons, including fundamentals, well, fundamentals about trading, TA, and, you know, emotions and stuff like that. That's it for me today, guys. I don't want to bore you with more stuff. I don't want to waste your time. It's sunny today over here where I am. Maybe snowing over there where you are, or maybe night. Enjoy the rest of the day. Be happy, please, because you are alive. You are breathing. Okay, be happy. Okay, you know, you are alive. It's not a problem. The rest, we can deal with it. Okay, if you're not going to wake up next morning, you cannot deal with anything. That is going to be sad news. That's it for me. Bye bye. See you later. Take care.